Hello, everyone. The book we're going to be talking about today is a fantastic example of what good old-fashioned horror fun should be. A book that doesn't take itself too seriously, and it was just a lot of fun to read. And I'm going to be talking about all that in a minute. But first, I want to let you know that my book of short horror stories, called The Things That Happen at Night, is available at the link below for only $3. If you get it, I hope you enjoy it. Now let's get on with the video. All right, so the book we're going to be talking about today is called Death is Funny Sometimes by M.C. August. This is a book of short horror stories, but it's a lot of fun. It's a book that does not take itself too seriously. And they include stories from all around the world, really. We have one from Italy, one from Russia, some from the United States, and with different themes, different kind of monsters. We have zombies in there. We have gangsters in there. We have a guy that owns a butcher shop in there. We have a little Russian girl who's immune to radiation. There's a whole lot of different ideas in this book. And the fact that it doesn't take itself too seriously is what makes it such a great horror read. Now, I love books that can take a social issue, a deep personal social issue, and turn it into something horrific. I love books that are elevated. I love books that can make you feel all the feels. I do. I read them all the time. But once in a while, we need to be reminded of why we love this genre so much, because of the different styles and because of the different feelings. And this one is so darkly humorous that at times you were cringing. There's a lot of blood and gore in this book, a lot of action in this book. But at other times, you're just laughing at the seemingly absurdness of the situation that these characters find themselves in. And I think that's what the author was going for, because like I said, these stories are darkly humorous. They don't take themselves seriously, and we as a reader can understand that because the author does a great job of letting us know. In fact, there's one story in there about a group of younger boys who have a sleepover at one of their houses. When they wake up, one of them is brutally murdered. Yeah, and it's up to the rest of them to decide who did it and how to get rid of the body. And if I were to tell you something like that and then say, and this story made me laugh more than once, you'd probably think I was some kind of psychopath. But trust me, I'm not. Like I said, it's meant to give that reaction. Like you almost feel bad for laughing when you think about the situation, but that's the way this book is written. That's what the author intended. That's what he was going for. I love the way that this author just throws everything he's got into these stories. There's no buildup of the characters. You're not going to go deep into their psyche. You're not going to hear long flowing descriptions of the way a building looks or anything like that. But he gives us the characters enough so we know who they are, and then it just jumps right into the action, right into the horror, right into the blood and the gore. And reading these stories reminded me of watching something like Tales from the Crypt and Creepshow in book form. Because as I was reading, I had these, it plays like a movie in my mind. And I thought to myself, this would make a great horror anthology in the vein of Creepshow or maybe Tales from the Crypt. You know, that darkly humorous vibe going along with all the bloodshed and all the good gory stuff we all like, you know. And it was just fantastic. Listen, and the author, like I said, he'll just throw anything into these stories. The more unbelievable, the better. And yet, when you're reading it, because he's so good at what he does, you believe everything. You can suspend your disbelief, even though the forefront of your mind is going, well, that's a little bit over the top, but you believe it, you buy it because it's so well written. And in one story, he has, gangsters. He has prostitutes. He has pimps. He has a Catholic priest. He's got a guy looking for revenge. Another one, he's got a zombie apocalypse where a couple is handcuffed together on the day of their divorce. The zombie apocalypse happened. They find themselves handcuffed together, and they're just giving each other crap while trying to outrun the zombie apocalypse. And all the brutality that's happening around them, all the zombies eating all the bodies and everything, it still finds a way to be cheeky fun, you know. They give us some lines in there that'll just make you laugh, make you chuckle as you're experiencing all this bloodshed. It's just a fantastic collection of books because it's fun and it's over the top, and it should be. But that's not to say the author just threw in things haphazardly and it's all just, a garbled mess of ideas. You can tell that he put a lot of thought on where to put these different elements in the story and how they all go together. This isn't like some author fever dream where he just, throws something into the story without making sense. Because, like I said, in this world and in these characters he's created, it makes all the sense in the world for them to act like they do. And that's a very good thing where you can do that and still be effective. The stories can still be engaging, and yet you'll find yourself laughing sometimes at the seeming absurdity of some of the situations. But like I said, that's what I loved about it. It may be one of the most fun anthologies you will read this year. It was fantastic. My only complaint is that it didn't last longer. You should be able to finish this in probably a sitting or two because it's not that long. But each story just takes you into this author's mind and will twist it around. And I was sitting there reading with a happy smile on my face because I love this kind of fun, intense, bloody, gory, darkly humorous horror. I just love that kind of thing as much as I like the more serious, elevated horror we have today. I love them both. I'm very diverse. But yeah, I highly recommend this book. It is fantastic. You are going to love it. And it'll remind you why we like this genre so much, how much fun it can actually be. And I can't recommend it enough. I will leave a link down below so you can purchase it on Amazon if you want. Death is funny sometimes. Pick it up. I'll also leave a link below to my collection of short horror stories if you want to purchase that. And also my Twitter and Instagram are down there. Be sure to follow me on there. We'll talk about creepy stuff together. And as always, thank you for taking some of your time spending it here with me. I really appreciate you guys watching. And until we meet again, keep reading spooky, my friends.